Welcome to Age of Aquarius, Soul Activation Temple. Yeah, through soul activations, guided meditations, and crystalline codes, we return to who we truly are, which is light in form. You are here because your soul is ready. So welcome home. Beloved soul, I invite you to sit with me for a moment. Take a breath and allow yourself to release the need to be right. Release the need to defend old stories. Release the need to know. Because today I am not offering you certainty. Instead, today I would like to offer a mirror instead. A mirror that has been reflecting back to humanity for thousands of years. The story of the Watchers. What if this story was never meant to be read only as an account of celestial beings? What if it was meant to be read as a reflection of ourselves? Perhaps the Watchers are not simply ancient beings. Perhaps they are a pattern of consciousness, a pattern that every human being encounters at some point in their journey. Because perhaps the great lesson is not about falling, perhaps it is about forgetting. Forgetting who we are, forgetting where we come from, forgetting our relationship with the Creator. And perhaps that forgetting begins with a simple whisper, the same whisper that has echoed throughout humanity for ages. Perhaps it is that the grass isn't greener somewhere else. Or perhaps there is something more over there, something better, something missing, or something outside of ourselves that will finally complete us. And so, consciousness begins to move away from its own center, away from its own coherence, away from its own knowing. This then, perhaps, is the true fall. Not a punishment, though, not a condemnation, but rather a fragmentation, a moment away from alignment. Because what if our covenant with the Creator was never a contract? What if it was a relationship, a living relationship, a state of remembrance, a state of coherence, a state of participation? Perhaps the covenant was simply this: to remain in conscious relationship with the intelligence that birthed all life. Because what if all of creation is alive, not merely functioning, not merely existing, but participating? What if every aspect of reality emerges from a primordial light, a living intelligence, an infinite consciousness expressing itself through countless forms? In the stars, the oceans, in the trees, the mountains, the earth, and you. Perhaps we have never been separate. Perhaps we have only forgotten. So imagine for a moment that reality is not a machine. Imagine that reality is a living conversation, a vast intelligent field that is continuously responding to itself. And within this field, you are not just an observer, you are a participant, a coherent participant. Because maybe this is what humanity is learning now. We are not learning how to become creators, for we have always been creators. We are, in fact, learning how to become coherent creators. We are learning how to remember that for thousands of years, humanity has unconsciously created from fear, created from survival, created from woundedness, created from separation. But now, something is changing. Humanity is beginning to ask different questions, such as, what am I feeding with my attention? What reality am I nurturing with my thoughts? What am I energizing with my emotions? What truth is trying to emerge through me? Because attention itself is creative, not because we are controlling reality, but because we are participating in it. And perhaps manifestation has been misunderstood. Perhaps manifestation is not about making reality obey us. Perhaps it is about becoming so internally coherent that life can finally express itself through us without distortion. So let's pause here, take a breath, and place your hand on your heart. Feel your own life force moving within you. Your heart beats without your command. Your body possesses an intelligence beyond your understanding. The same intelligence that forms galaxies, the same intelligence that guides a seed into a flower, the same intelligence that moves the tides, the same intelligence that breathes through you now. And this brings us to Christ consciousness. What if Christ consciousness is not something we attain? What if it is something we remember? What if it is the restoration of coherence itself? Not a religion, not a hierarchy, not separation, but a state of embodied unity. A state where love becomes stronger than fear, where truth becomes stronger than illusion, where presence becomes stronger than reactivity, where compassion becomes stronger than judgment, and coherence becomes stronger than fragmentation. Perhaps Christ consciousness is not asking us to become divine. Perhaps it is asking us to remember that the divine already lives within us. Perhaps this is what was always being taught. That the kingdom was never somewhere else. The kingdom was always within. And perhaps humanity is standing at a great threshold. The threshold between unconscious creation and conscious co-creation. The threshold between fragmentation and coherence. The threshold between fear and love. Maybe this is why so many of us feel called to awaken. Not because we are broken, but because we are remembering that we are not isolated beings navigating a lifeless universe. We are instead individual expressions of a living intelligence, participants within a vast conscious reality. And our role is not domination. Our role is stewardship. Our role is relationship. Our role is coherence. Beloved soul, perhaps this is the invitation before humanity now, to become coherent co-creators, to align our thoughts, to align our hearts, to align our intentions, to align our actions, to remember our covenant, not with a distant God, but with the very intelligence that moves through all things, the intelligence that has never left us, the intelligence that patiently waits for us to remember. And perhaps that remembering begins with a single choice: to come home to ourselves, to become still enough to listen, to become courageous enough to speak our truth, to become coherent enough to participate consciously in life. Because maybe this is the greatest secret of all. We are not here to escape the world. We are here to embody coherence within it. We are not here to control reality. We are here to enter into sacred relationship with it. We are not here to become gods. We are here to remember that we are expressions of the Creator itself, living, breathing, participating, creating, loving, remembering. So take a final breath. Feel the earth beneath you. Feel the stars above you. Feel the intelligence moving through you. And know this: you were never separate. You were never lost. You were always becoming. And perhaps that is the true return. Not a return to somewhere, but a return to who you have always been. And so, until next time, weavers of light, walk gently, create consciously, and remember, you are a coherent participant in a living, intelligent universe. And remember, the light you seek is the light you stabilize. Until our next activation, walk steady and rise in sovereignty.